Hello internet world, who's ready? Who is ready for the Apple event that's taking place today on Tuesday the 30th of October 2018? I am super excited. It's been a long time since we've had any sort of product announcements from Apple relating to Mac hardware. Or indeed the iPad Pro that we're expecting as well. And it's looking like it's going to be a very, very exciting event, packed full of new products. Now, of course, we had the recent iPhone releases. So what we're expecting to see today is pretty much everything apart from iPhones. I've got a wish list, which I'm going to talk to you about before the Apple event starts. It's due to start in about 10 minutes. And I thought I'd start this live broadcast a little bit earlier, just to have a chat with you all, just to see what you're expecting to be announced, what you're looking forward to, what's your wish list for Apple to announce, or if indeed you're just tuning in for the fun chat. Which is good, because the chat's always good in the live broadcast lately. We always have plenty of people watching. For those of you who've tuned in early, thank you very much. If you do have problems with the live broadcast or the live stream, normally refreshing your page will sort that out. You can use the live chat, of course, to ask me questions or put comments in. If you want your question or comment highlighted and also support the channel at the same time, then of course you can use the super chat. And if you're watching this after the live broadcast, then you can use the regular comments section below. Also, if you're new to the Geekanoids channel, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share a link to the video. So many things you can do to make this particular broadcast much more fun. The more people watching, the more people commenting, the better. We're about 7 or 8 minutes away from the event starting, and I'm really hyped about it. I've got a wish list which I'm going to share with you very shortly. Before I do so, first person in the live chat is Aaron. Thanks for tuning in, Aaron. For all those of you watching this broadcast, if you do one thing throughout the broadcast, or indeed afterwards, share a link to the video. That gets more people watching and it's just much more fun. Now, I am a little bit of a precursor before I share the wish list I am suffering from a cold still. I have got a very bad throat. I won't be talking all the way throughout this broadcast because it's probably going to be about an hour, hour and a half. I'm guessing more like an hour and a half because they've got a lot to get through. So if I am just watching along, I've got let me show you my setup here. I've got my iPad just sitting here in front of the camera so I can watch the event. I've got earphones. I can't rebroadcast the event because that's obviously copyright infringement. I've got my Mac Pro sitting off to the side here running the live broadcast, and I've got my MacBook Pro sitting here for the live comments. Aaron Stoy says he's looking forward to seeing if the rumours regarding the updated MacBook Air are indeed true. And thank you very much for sharing the link, Aaron. I can see that you're very, very active within the community, and I really do appreciate it. I really do. Thoroughly appreciate all of the shares, all of the comments. So anyway, let's get on with what my wish list is. Put your wish list in the live chat. So what I'm hoping for, a little bit of a curveball here. Of course, I'm interested in the new iPad Pro. Really interested. Let me just grab mine. I've got the original Apple Pencil here. Really interested to see if we see an Apple Pencil 2 with some sort of more gestures. New way of charging apparently expected. And of course I'm interested in seeing the new MacBook Pro. That would be really interesting to see. There are 3 products on my wish list that I really do want to see. Let me just reduce the brightness on that computer behind us there. It's gone up too bright again. There we go, that's better. So there are indeed 3 products that I'm really excited to see. The first one is the new MacBook Air, the same as Aaron in the live chat. I'm super excited if we see a new MacBook Air that's got a whole new design, because it hasn't been updated for a while now. That'd be very cool. That'd be really cool. I know the MacBook sort of replaced it in a certain way, but they kept the MacBook Air there, teasing us perhaps something for the future. So I'm really looking forward to that. Also, I'm looking forward to seeing new details of the Mac Pro. I'm sure they're going to give us some insight into how they're getting on with the development of that. We're expecting to see the new Mac Pro next year. I'm still using, is it late 2013? Mac Pro, the trash can Mac Pro, still running the live broadcasts. That's an old machine, and that's their newest, most current machine at the moment when it comes to desktop Macs, excluding the iMac because that's an all-in-one. We will see probably some updates to the iMac as well. And then the third product, and probably the most exciting for me, is because it's such a flexible machine and it's been forgotten for so many years. Can you guess what it is? The most exciting thing that I could come away with from this launch event is a new Mac Mini. I really want to see them revive the new Mac Mini, maybe a new design, but definitely beefed up specs. I would like to see a new design with it more sort of accessible, because then that will give us that sort of stopgap in 2018 and through 2019, because I don't think we're going to see the new Mac Pro until the latter part of 2019. So at least that'll give us something in that sort of interim period that we can use with an external monitor that might even perform better than the late 2013 Mac Pro that I'm using here now. So that's my wish list, is new MacBook Air, details of the Mac Pro, and a new Mac Mini. Of course, we're going to see more than that. We know we're going to see the new iPad Pro. Let's take a look inside the live chat. Russ B in the live chat, thanks for tuning in. And also Taran Darm, who says, do you think we will see the shift to USB-C? Yes, I do. I think we will see USB-C on the iPad Pro. A little bit of a shocker if we do. I do think it's going to happen. I was convinced that Apple would stick with the Lightning connector forever, purely because there's so much in the ecosystem, so many cables, so many accessories that work with the Lightning connector, that I thought they were going to stick with it forever. But alas, we have of course got USB-C charging on the MacBook Pros. Is it on the MacBook Air as well? I'm not sure. It's on the MacBook. So it sort of makes sense. You know, it sort of makes sense. MacBook Pro, iPad Pro, both charged with USB-C. Makes a lot of sense. Jazzy Girl 104 hates the new look of the new iPad Pros. That's a shame. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully it will meet your expectations. We've only seen rumours so far. Aaron Stoy, I'm using a 2011 MacBook Pro. Time for an upgrade. It could be today. And also worth noting is the Apple Store's down. So some of these new products that they are announcing today should be available very soon after the live broadcast to actually order. So that'll be fun. We'll see what we can get into the Geekanoids studio to cover. Jazzy Girl 104, I would hate if Apple made the Pros look like the iPhone 10. It's going to have that design continuity across the iPhone 10s, 10s Max, and then the iPad Pro. They're going to have the same design sort of design series or design similarities. Andy Linley, thanks very much for tuning in. Watching on 4G because my Virgin Wi-Fi is down again. Oh no, Virgin, sort it out. Sort Andy's Virgin Media out. Radio Cruncher, only just logged on, Dave. I have an old iMac which needs replacing. Well, today we should see new iMacs as well. So we're a couple of minutes away from the event starting. As I mentioned before, those of you who just tuned in, I just mentioned I won't be talking all the way through the event because I assume that some of you are watching along with me. I will be reacting and giving my opinion to the key moments in the event. And also, I need to rest my voice. I've got a really bad cold at the moment. Taran is asking any chances of products to be a little more affordable. Only probably the MacBook Air. That's probably the only one we will see that's more affordable. And Jazzy Girl is used to the home button. Yeah, I loved the original home button on the iPhones and indeed on the iPad. And the gestures take a lot of getting used to. But it is possible to get used to it. Here we go, it's starting. Right on time. Apple are very good on time. Let's get these earphones on. Da, da, da. Very exciting time. It is still 1 minute or 30 seconds to go. And let's see if Apple are really on time. They normally are very, very punctual with these things. Here we go. They are in fact 10 seconds early. Well, no, actually, according to my MacBook Pro, they were exactly on time. And they're playing lots of graphics on the screen. All of these Apple designs that they sent out as invitations. Radio Cruncher, want some advice on live streaming or live broadcasting? Hit me up on Twitter at Geekanoids. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. I like the music, and these designs are awesome. They've obviously had a lot of artists busy on their new iPad Pros with new Apple Pencils, designing all these apples. They look amazing. If you're just tuning in, please do share a link to the live broadcast. Let's get more of you watching, more of you in the chat, the more the merrier. Here we go, the event's starting. Very good intro, very catchy music. You saw me you saw me dancing along to that. Okay, we got some more video playing now. In New York. I wish I could play this. I wish I could rebroadcast this. They do a fantastic job with their videos. It's a good intro video. Obviously, all the people in the video are using Apple products. We might even see, it just reminded me, somebody was wearing AirPods. We might see new AirPods and the AirPower as well. And this is a different time for Apple to be doing their launch event, different time of day. So a lot earlier for me, being 2 PM in the afternoon. Tim Cook is on stage, of course, to kick off the event. He's really good, Tim Cook, in his role now. Very, very good. He does own the stage and do a really good presentation. Aaron Stoy saying in the live chat, you can't beat Apple for a launch event. Totally agree. Plenty of you tuning in. Thank you very much. So this event is being broadcast from the Brooklyn Academy of Music. Really nice looking stage. Andy thought his 4G was down until I blinked. I'm watching away with all of you. Beautiful graphics though. Apple always have really nice graphics on the screen behind them as they're presenting. Here we go. We're starting with the Macs. This is the sort of event it should be. Straight in with information. So straight in with an announcement. We're talking about the Mac straight away. This is exciting. You're talking about the Mac. You know what? I should do this in every broadcast. Capture a little picture of what I can see as I'm doing these broadcasts. A picture of you. Ha ha ha. John Scott, I'm thinking what I.O. is Apple going to remove from the Mac Mini, the only Mac that has not yet been destroyed by them. Good point. It could be all Thunderbolt 3. Very good point. It's certainly not going to have the plethora of ports it's got on the current Gen 1. They might keep HDMI, purely because of the size and the flexibility of the Mac Mini. So we just had a little video play behind the Mac, showing people using their Macs in all different scenarios. Radio Crunch is asking, is there a link to the event? It's on the main apple.com website. %51 of buyers of Mac are new to them. Wow. Wow. Active user base of Mac, so the active installed user base of Mac computers is 100 million. 100 million. That's amazing. Number one in customer satisfaction as well, which, even though I've had my issues over the years, I do tend to agree they are still overall very, very good with regards to customer satisfaction. I still haven't upgraded to the latest Mac OS here. Mojave is meant to be good, but I've heard people with issues with it being a bit sluggish. I'm still on older versions on all of these machines. I will update one soon though. Aaron Stoy, Dave's got 4 of those 100 million Macs. More than that, actually. More than that. So Tim Cook is still on stage, currently talking about macOS Mojave, the latest version of the desktop Mac OS. I do want to try it. It's just the I need everything to work. That's why I haven't upgraded everything. I've got the iMac behind me, actually, is running the broadcast at the moment, not the Mac Pro, because the software won't work on it. It's going to be good. Come on to hardware. Again, as we're waiting for the first hardware. Oh, they're talking about one Mac. Here we go. The laptop. The laptop's coming. MacBook Air, first to get the announcement. We're going to get a new MacBook Air. This is going to be good. This was one of my predictions as well, that the MacBook Air would get a refresh. What are they going to do with it? This is exciting. Because the MacBook Air has still got a really good place in the lineup, because a lot of people don't need the power of the MacBook Pro. They need an ultra light, portable, ultra portable laptop that is still capable of doing video editing, but just flies through general tasks. Here we go. Less is more. Okay. Come on, Tim, what are we going to do? New MacBook Air. And you know what? I run this MacBook Pro. I don't do any video editing on it. So it may well be replaced. It may well be replaced. My MacBook Pro might go and be replaced with a MacBook Air. The display, as Aaron says in the live chat, is the first place we should see an upgrade. Here we go. There we go. You called it, Aaron. Retina display has been announced for the MacBook Air. Awesome. That's what we needed in the MacBook Air. Wow. All new MacBook Air. Here we go. They're playing a video about the new MacBook Air. I wish I could show you the video. Oh. It's behind a cloth at the moment. Oh. Looks a little bit different from that angle. Nice keyboard with a Touch ID sensor in the corner of the keyboard. Headphone jack I caught a glimpse of there. Come on, show us it all. Different colours. Looks like we've got 3 different colours. 2 USB-C Thunderbolt 3 ports on the side. Headphone jack on the opposing side. Touch ID sensor. Retina display. Very cool. It's looking good. Lawler Grove, VP of Hardware Engineering, is now taken to the stage to tell us more details about the new MacBook Air. Very cool. I'll give another round of applause for that. That's awesome. So it's a complete redesign. Looks like a super large trackpad. If the specs are good enough on this, this is going to be my next laptop. Nice thin bezels around it. .3-inch display. This looks good. Resolution next. Quadruple. Wow. 4 million pixels on the display. Quadrupled the resolution. That is amazing. Aaron asking where this will fit in price wise. It's going to be in the lower price range. Radio Cruncher watching me on the telly, chatting on my phone, watching Apple on the iPad Pro. Thank you very much. Stephen Jones has tuned in as well. Thank you for tuning in, Stephen. For all of those of you watching, please do share a link to my live broadcast. Please do share a link to it. If you've got any live chat, questions, anything at all, please do put them in the live chat. So we got FaceTime. Multiple FaceTime chat with multiple users. Touch ID. I saw that when they were playing the video. So on the keyboard we got the little Touch ID fingerprint sensor. Excellent. Touch ID, top left, top right of the keyboard. As always, top right. T2 security chip embedded into the new MacBook Air. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very pleased with that announcement so far. Really pleased. This T2 chip is actually very powerful. It controls storage, SSD, the AES crypto engine, image signal processor, FaceTime camera, audio controller, wide stereo sound, always on processor, Siri, video encoder, and the HEVC codec. That T2 chip, very powerful. That is awesome. Do you think they do Face ID from Stephen Jones? It would be good. It would be good if they did that on their laptops. Back to the MacBook Air. Backlit keyboard. Individual LEDs. Force touch trackpad with a 20% larger area. So this is right up to date. Awesome. Very good update. They've also improved the audio on the MacBook Air as well. This is good. I must move more. I look like I just looked at my screen. I look like I'm frozen. The live broadcast is still working, and Apple are just announcing the new MacBook Air. The speakers in the MacBook Air 25% louder, wider stereo sound, and 2 times the amount of bass. A 3 microphone array as well. Very cool. Bang up to date. Good job, Apple. Connectivity. This is the I/O. It's lacking. 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports. And that's it, I think. Of course, it's a very versatile port, but only 2 ports. Two is better than one. 2's better than 1. It will also support eGPUs and up to a 5K external display. That's very powerful for such a thin and light laptop. CPUs now. 8th gen dual core. Core i5. Up to 16 gigabytes of memory. And up to 1.5 terabyte of SSD in the new MacBook Air. That is really good and faster as well. 60% speed increase in the SSD flash storage on here. That's really good. And up to 1.5 terabytes. Good capacity for such a portable machine. Is it going to have a touchscreen? Nope. Up to 13 hours of movie playback. Very well done. Oh, excuse me yawning. I'm not falling asleep. Wow. I didn't expect that. The new 13.3 inch MacBook Air is smaller than the previous model. 17% less volume to it. Deserves a clap again. That is amazing. Wow, 10% thinner as well than the previous one. Wow. 2.75 pounds in weight. So it's just over a kilogram in weight. Now, this is the issue a lot of people face, is deciding what laptop to buy. You know, I still think, do I need a MacBook Pro? Do I need a MacBook Pro? Do I need a MacBook Pro? And really, the MacBook Air is going to do everything I want. Wow. So just to recap, the new MacBook Air has been announced. 13.3 inch Retina display, FaceTime camera, 8th gen dual core i5 processor, up to 1.5 terabytes of storage, up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, all day battery life, Retina display with 4 times the amount of pixels on the previous model, Very, very good indeed. That is amazing. Really good specifications. I just want to say a big thank you actually to everyone staying in the live chat. Keep the questions coming. Share a link to the video. Don't forget, also, if you're new to the channel, please do hit the like button. Unsubscribe so you don't miss out on my future videos. I'm not normally this croaky, so don't worry. I hope that they announce the prices as they go on and not save the pricing right to the end. Great comment, Stephen Jones, in the chat. This sounds promising so far. Is this the turning point with Apple paying some proper attention to their computing range? This is where we're going to get all the new computers. This event is it. Definitely. My only complaint so far is they're saying they're made from aluminum. What is aluminum? I'm only joking. Only joking. You know, in the UK we say aluminium rather than aluminum. I'm pretty sure they do reflect that on the UK website. I want to know the pricing. If this starts under £1,000, that's very good. Very, very cool. So we've got a little video playing at the moment. Just want to take those off. You know, when you're wearing earphones and talking, it's a bit strange. Let's have a look inside. The live chat. Radio Cruncher is saying, looks good. I wonder if they've given the MacBook Pro an overhaul. We might see new MacBook Pros as well today. And that's going to create this confusion for a lot of people, because I've talked about this in my previous videos. A lot of people buy more than what they need. I thought I needed an iPad Pro. I didn't. A standard iPad was enough. I thought I needed a top-of-the-range 15-inch MacBook Pro. Never edited on it. So I went down to a 13-inch MacBook Pro. And I never edit on that. My workflow is I do all of my recording and then I edit when I'm back in the editing room. That's why I created this room, because it's got very powerful computers. Terabytes and terabytes of storage space. Backup. NAS drives to store archive footage on. So I don't edit on the go. But that said, when I had a MacBook Air before, and I've seen tests, it's perfectly capable of editing 4K video. So you can still do the occasional edit on it. It just takes a little bit longer to export. Not even that much longer. This looks amazing. Looks like an amazing product. Aaron Stoy, if this is under £1,000, I'm going to pre-order as soon as I can. Aaron, I'm with you there. I think it's going to be available to pre-order today and ship. I think it's going to ship this week, so you'll have it. If you get your order in before they sell out, I'm pretty sure you'll have your MacBook Air before the end of the week. So, wow, I'm impressed. I am impressed. Stephen Jones, does anyone know if they're likely to announce a new Mac Pro? The new Mac Pro, Stephen, is due next year. My guess is the latter part of next year. But they should give us some details. I'm hoping they'll at least address it and give us some details of what they've been working on. Salem is asking, is their AirPods on the event? I'm expecting to see an update to AirPods as well. I'm hoping they'll deal with that in this event, but we might just see it afterwards. The rose gold that they've introduced with this MacBook Air looks coppery colour in that photo I just saw, and then it's back to like a more gold colour. But there is space grey and silver available as well. So the base model, 8GB of memory, Core i5, 128GB SSD. Price $11.99. Wow, that is a little bit higher than I was anticipating, but good value still. Good value. Order it today. There you go. Order today. Shipping November the 7th. So order today, shipping a week later. $1,199. That's not bad though. That is not bad. Okay, back to Tim Cook. Tim Cook's coming back on the stage. That looks nice. Got some funny noises going on here. Oh, another new Mac. What's happening on the Mac Pro page online? Nothing. Oh, they're announcing another new Mac. It can't be the Mac Pro. It's got to be the Mac Mini. This is exciting. It's getting me really excited. What are they announcing now? They got like a spaceship coming down. This looks like a new Mac Mini. Apple, you're going to empty my bank account. Stop doing this to me. I get so caught up in the moment. Oh, it is. It's a new Mac Mini. They're doing a new Mac Mini. This is exciting stuff. This is the ironic thing. Tom Boda is going to come out and talk about the Mac Mini. This is my, not concern, but this Mac Mini is going to perform better than my Mac Pro. I just know it is. Oh my goodness. Mac Mini. Space grey in colour. Wow. Beast on the inside. Processors, here we go. Four cores. Every Mac Mini, 4 cores, quad core. Excellent. Wow, up to 6 core. So you can get a 6 core processor in this. 8th generation desktop parts. Wow. A 5 times faster performance than the previous gen. That is awesome. I just want to let somebody know. Up to 32 gigabytes of memory. Up to 64 gigabytes of memory in the new Mac Mini. Wow, up to 64 gigabytes of memory. That is amazing. Moving on to the storage now of the new Mac Mini. All flash storage, no hard drives. 4 times faster solid state drives, up to 2 terabytes. Impressive. And the T2 security chip. Awesome. Radio Cruncher, it could well replace your iMac if it's an older one. Don't forget that you then have to pair it with a display as well. The new thermal system's been designed as well with double the airflow to keep everything nice and cool. Connectivity, so the I/O around the back. Let's have a look. Are they keeping it? Still got lots of ports. Awesome, not too bad. Ethernet, 4 Thunderbolt 3s, HDMI and 2 USB-As and a headphone jack. So plenty of connectivity. Oh wow, you can even choose 10 gigabit Ethernet. You can choose that as a build to order option. Looks like they're going to make available the space grey keyboard and mouse as well. Very cool. Very cool. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? See, this new Mac Mini could be better than the Mac Pro I've got now. And it's so flexible because you can have banks of them stacked on top of each other. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't... Radio Cruncher's asking if he could pair the Mac Mini with the iMac display. I don't think that's possible. Correct me if I'm wrong, I just don't think that's possible. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased they did a new Mac Mini. What about the pricing? Going to move on to pricing. So entry configuration on the Mac Mini, 8GB memory, 3.6 GHz Core i5 and 128GB SSD, starts at $799. That's going to be around $749 UK pounds. Wow, it's good pricing. So just to recap, you can configure up to 64GB of memory, Core i7, 6 core, 2TB storage and 10GB Ethernet. Again, same, we can order this later today and it'll be available shipping and in stores on November the 7th. Brilliant. Round of applause for that again, Apple. I think that's a very good announcement because a lot of people wanted an updated Mac Mini for a long time, so well done. That is brilliant news. I think a new Mac Mini might be on this desk very soon. You heard it here first. I think it's going to be running this ultra-wide display, and the Mac Pro may well go. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. The Mac Pro may be on its way out. Radio Cruncher's predicting £626 entry point. I think it's going to be £749 UK pounds. We never get a direct sort of correlation between the US price and the UK price because we have 20% VAT on top of ours as well. So around about the £749 range. Very cool though. I'm excited. That's good. Very good. Now talking about Apple Retail, Tim Cook's back on the stage. If you're just joining in or tuning in live to my broadcast, thank you very much for tuning in. Please do share a link to it, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. You can use the live chat to let us know if you're enjoying the live broadcast, what you're expecting to see. I just missed something there. Today at Apple. What's this? Everyone's clapping. Today at Apple. What's this? What's happening? What's happening? Today at Apple. They just announced something and I was busy speaking. No! What have I missed? Put it in the live chat. I think we're just talking about Apple Retail still at the moment. Love the Apple stores. They're so beautifully designed. So we're just talking about retail at the moment. It's a very good announcement so far though. The new Mac Mini looks amazing. I'm looking on my desk at the moment. You can see me looking. I'm scouting for a position for it. Just sort of up here. My goodness. It means I'd have to upgrade storage as well to Thunderbolt 3. Obviously I've got a Thunderbolt 3 storage on the iMac behind me here, so I have got some Thunderbolt 3 storage, but some of it's still running on old Thunderbolt 2. Adapters again. I'll have to do another video soon on the channel on my setup here. I get a lot of people asking, you know, what have I got behind me? What am I using for streaming? What's this thing, which hasn't appeared in many videos really. It's in the background, but I haven't talked about it much. So I do like Apple retail, obviously. I visit the store reasonably frequently. I'd say about half a dozen times a year. But I really want to know about the new iPad Pro now. And if we're going to hear about the new Mac Pro for next year. Just a little bit of information, a little teaser as to what they've been doing. I do apologise. I must apologise just to everyone who's tuning in live. I know I look very tired. I am full of a cold at the moment. So do bear with me. I'm sort of struggling through the live broadcast for you because I'm so excited about it. We're 45 minutes in. Plenty of you watching. Thank you again for tuning in live. If you are new to the live broadcast and the channel, please do subscribe. Please use the live chat as well. If you like what I'm doing, use the super chat. Help support the channel a little bit. And if you're watching this video after the broadcast has ended, leave me some comments in the comment section below. I really do appreciate it. And I answer pretty much all of the comments. So we're still talking on stage about Apple retail, so it's a little bit slow, a little bit of a relaxed point for everybody, and then no doubt they're talking about artists now as well, so no doubt they're going to talk about the new iPad Pro. I think that's what's going to happen. Wow, it's looking good. Hello to Mukachu, or Mukachu. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. So now talking about the Apple Store app, the app. Have I looked on the Apple Store app while this broadcast is going on? Let's have a look. I've got this ready for any orders that might need to be placed. Let's have a look. It still says it's down. The Apple Store is still down, just for those of you wondering. It normally comes back online once the event has finished. $60 new sessions announced for like training, user experience at Apple stores. That's really good. That's really good to hear. Very cool. Pip Tomlinson, thanks for tuning in. This is indeed a slow burner. They've got a lot to cover today. So we've had good announcements so far. New MacBook Air, new Mac Mini. Now talking about retail, then they're probably going to move on probably to the iPad Pro. Perhaps we're not going to see anything about the new Mac Pro. They really are building on the ecosystem even more so now, trying to get family, friends involved, going in for sessions in the retail store. It's all about the experience, and they do it so right. They're pretty much one of the only companies that do this sort of thing. So you can see the sort of appeal to a lot of people to use their products, because this is all added value. Music lab, all the different labs and classes and training they put on, all free of charge as far as I know. That's a really big value. So I think we're going to move on to some more hardware now. Apple Covent Garden they're showing now, that's just been reopened. New stores opening everywhere. Amazing. It's looking good. They've gone on a long time about retail though. I think they need to move on. Are we going to see a new Apple Pencil? You can tell I'm getting bored. Let's move on. They do keep showing the iPad Pro in this last section on the screen. They keep showing iPads. Here we go. We're moving on now. Tim's coming back on stage. Tim Cook is coming back on stage. So hopefully we're going to move on to some more hardware announcements. Not spend too long on a recap. That's what I'm hoping. Wow. So many people just tuned in watching again. Oh my goodness, what's happened to how many people are watching? That's amazing. Thank you very much, whoever shared a link to the live broadcast. I really do appreciate it. We've just had so many new people join the live broadcast. Welcome to you all. That is amazing. A big, big welcome to all those of you tuned in live. Thank you very much. Please do subscribe to the channel. Please do share a link to it. If you've got any comments or questions at all, then please do leave them in the live chat below. Radio Cruncher, the touchscreen has started playing on my iPad Pro. Playing up. It knows something. We're moving on to iPad. Here we go. This is going to be a big announcement. Right at the end of this broadcast of mine, I will be covering, recapping all of what's been announced, and I'll also be announcing what products I'll be covering on the Geekanoids channel, so do stay tuned right to the end for that. It's been an exciting event so far. We've moved on to iPad announcements now. Tim Cook is currently telling us about the iPad versus notebook worldwide sales. 44.2 million iPad worldwide sales so far, which is absolutely amazing. George Lee, AirPods 2 have not been announced yet. Perhaps they're saving that to the end. So the iPad is the world's most popular computer. We're talking about the iPad mini and the iPad Pro, the current models. Aaron Stoy needs a cup of tea. Make me one at the same time, please, buddy. I need a cup of tea too. Charan's asking me to show the event. I can't rebroadcast the event. I'm really sorry. It is a copyright infringement if I do that. So today, all new iPad, all new iPad Pro, and wow, woo! Here we go, video playing for the new iPad Pro. He's spinning the old one. This is the old one they're showing still. Oh, slab-like edges. Squeezed it to make it thinner. Got rid of the home button. Goodbye to home button. Screen pushed out to the edges. Wow, face unlock. Face unlock, different colours. Keyboard folio. So it's got slab-like edges on this one. New pencil. The new pencil looks good. The Apple Pencil, instead of being round, looks like it's got some flat edges to it. And it can magnetically stick to the new iPad Pro. So you've got this magnetic capture of the Apple Pencil. Here we go. New iPad Pro for 2018. What are they going to call it? iPad Pro 10? No, it'd just be new iPad. Big thank you to Aaron for answering some of the questions in the live chat. I'm keeping an eye on it, but thank you very much, Aaron. John Turnett on stage, Vice President of Hardware Engineering. Going to be talking about the new iPad Pro and new pencil. So we've got rounded display corners. So liquid retina display, like in the iPhone XR. It looks really beautiful, really nice product. New sizes as well with the new iPad Pro. So same footprint, but going up from a 10.5 inch display to an 11 inch display. So same physical size as the previous generation, but you're gaining a half an inch on the display. Resolution is on the screen and then off again before I even read it, but a higher resolution with more pixels. .9-inch iPad Pro keeps the same screen size, just a smaller overall footprint. Almost the same size as an 8.5 by 11. I think that's legal size paper. It's thinner as well, at 5.9 millimeters. Very cool. So that's 15% thinner than before. 25% less volume than the previous version. Very cool. They flashed up the screen resolution so quickly I missed it. Oh, we're an hour in. Excuse me yawning. Face ID coming to the iPad. Thing with the iPad Pro is it comes in at quite a price. It's going to be an expensive product, as before. So we've got the true depth camera on the thin bezel at the top. Instead of a notch, we've got a thin bezel. Why they didn't do that in the iPhone, I have no idea. So no home button, of course, on the new iPads, which means you've got to learn the gestures, which is fine. It's fine. You'll get used to it. It's a really nice looking iPad. Aaron Stoy is still using an iPad Air 2. Shows how long these products last. Very good. Very good longevity. So just demonstrating the multi-touch gestures, swiping, switching, split screen. Looks really good. New chip, an A12X Bionic chip. So stepping up in performance again. Very, very impressive. 7nm technology. Wow, this thing's going to be powerful. It's going to be able to edit 4K video easily, something like this. Wow. Woo! 10 billion! Excuse me, 10 billion transistors on the chip. It's got an 8-core CPU and a 7-core GPU. Wow, that is impressive. What you've got to think when looking at these new products, though, is are you really going to be using all the power of the iPad Pro? You know, that's why I downgraded to a regular iPad. Aaron Stoy, this looks a lovely piece of kit. Predictions on a starting price point? Wow, I'm going to put $999 out there. How about you? That's just a guess. Maybe $899. $899. Let's go for $899 as a starting point. Just a guess. Thank you again to everyone who's tuned in. I really do appreciate it. Any questions or comments you got, pop them in the live chat. Please do. Don't forget to also follow me on Twitter at Geekanoids. You can tweet me afterwards if you've got any questions, or you can pop them in the comment section below. Always happy to chat technology. I'm just grateful for everyone who's tuned in. Wow, the graphics performance on the new iPad Pro, 1,000 times faster. Pardon? Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. That is very, very impressive. All day battery life still. Got a neural engine. 5 trillion operations per second. Oh my goodness. The unexpected. I heard that iPhone XR is now available to get on contract day from Carphone Warehouse at a decent price tariff. Not too sure of the high upfront cost of $250. Look at the overall cost. Look at times the monthly cost by the contract term. Add the two together. If it's round about the retail price, it's a pretty good deal. Just talking about some of the apps that take advantage of the new processor and neural engine. Very cool. It's looking good. Price is going to be quite high though. I need some power. I need power on my MacBook Pro at the moment. Wow, up to 1 terabyte storage capacity on the new iPad Pros. That's impressive. Very cool. And they have just announced, it is confirmed, that the iPad Pro is moving to USB-C. That is very important news because it does probably mean that the next generation of iPhones, the iPhone 11, is going to move to USB-C as well. You heard it here first. USB-C on the iPad Pro means that next time around, so September next year, we're going to see USB-C on the iPhones. You can even charge your iPhone with your iPad Pro, so it supports USB in and USB out. That's cool. Now talking about the Apple Pencil. This is the current gen here. What are they going to do with the new one? I want to see the shape of it. What's the shape of it going to be? It has got a flat edge. It's got a flat edge along it, so it's more pencil-like. So it's magnetic capture, and it charges wire. Wow! Normally, you would plug your Apple Pencil into the side of your iPad, which was ridiculous. The new Apple Pencil, you place it on the iPad Pro, and that charges wirelessly. The new Apple Pencil charges wirelessly. That is very, very cool. It's also got tap gestures to change modes. Tap to wake. Very cool. Wow, that is nice. New smart keyboard folio as well. So a case with the keyboard built in, a new one. The new pencil looks amazing. Oh, you suck everyone in though, Apple. Even though I know I've hardly used this apart from signing some documents. And I want the new iPad Pro. It's the way they present it. My best advice to everyone who's looking at these new announcements is to really sort of think and study about what products you'll actually use. Don't just buy them because they're new. Buy it because it's something that's going to enhance the way you work. Buy it to replace a product that isn't performing as it should. Buy it to replace a product that is making your day longer or your work harder and you need to upgrade. Don't buy it just because you fancy a new iPad or you fancy a new laptop. Buy it because you need it, not just because you want it. I hope that makes sense, because I get carried away during the events. I certainly do. Let's have a look inside the live chat. Sam Duffy, no iMac update. I'm very annoyed. Do you think it's likely it would be silently updated? Yep, if they're not doing a design change, we might just see some new iPads just announced on the website. Radio Cruncher agreeing the new Apple Pencil looks the business. And Aaron Stoy, are you ordering one, Dave? I would love to cover it on the channel. Of course I would. But I don't think I'll use it. And I stopped a long time ago just ordering products in purely to show on the channel because it's far too expensive to do that. And I don't think I will use it. I would love it. I like the idea of it. But it's not something I'd use. I primarily use my iPad, this one here, for watching YouTube videos and for events like this. The occasional email, the occasional FaceTime, but mainly watching videos. And it's an overkill. The iPad Pro's an overkill for me. For an artist, wow. Very, very good. So now taking a look at some of the new apps that have been developed for the new iPad Pro. I need some power. I need some power for my MacBook. I need some power. This could go horribly wrong. We have power. from the GoPro cable to my MacBook Pro. That's better. So just currently talking about some new apps. Pip Tomlinson can see the price of the new iPad Pro making his eyes water. And Aaron Stoy will probably be more expensive than the new MacBook Air. Probably will. And me personally, I'll get a lot more use out of the MacBook Air. And I'll get a lot more use out of the Mac Mini than the iPad Pro. So it's not a device for everyone, but it looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely amazing. And if you've got a use case scenario for it, go for it. Sam Duffy, hopefully Dave, I need one. I'm still using a 2011 iMac and it's very, very slow. Well, I hope they do the upgrade too. I think they might just do a silent update on the website. George Lee, do you think they will announce new AirPods? And if so, how much do you think they will be? I think they will announce new AirPods, either during this broadcast or they might do a silent upgrade afterwards. And I think it will probably be about a £20 UK price increase, or $30. I think it will go up in price a little bit, or they might surprise us and just do them at the same price. Dr. Boy tuned in. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can watch the stream, the Apple stream, on apple.com on their main website. So we've got a couple of developers coming up on stage now, just talking about the apps they developed for the new iPad Pro. Big thank you to Sophie for liking the tweet about the stream. I hope you've tuned in, Sophie. Also a big thank you to David Hepworth for retweeting, and of course Aaron Stoy and David James. All of the people on Twitter, big shout out to you all. Thank you very much for tuning in and for sharing, of course, the link to the live broadcast. You're all amazing, you really are. Absolutely amazing. Hi Sam, I see your tweet as well. I think I answered you in the live chat. Thank you very much for asking your questions, Sam, on Twitter. Let's just answer Sam on Twitter as well. Let's also, we're coming towards the end of the broadcast probably soon. Let's have a little quick look and just see, just by chance, if the Apple Store is back up and running. It probably isn't yet, but it's always worth checking. No, it's still not running at the moment. So currently looking at a basketball game. I'm not sure what game it is. Probably MB2K, something like that. Very, very good graphics. Wow. Really good shading on the graphics. Very cool. Aaron Stoyer just messaged my wife and asked if I can order one. She said no, under the thumb. Did you say what? Order what? Did you specifically say MacBook Air? You might have been talking about could you order a takeaway, and I think then the MacBook Air is still justified. The MacBook Air, you know, is definitely a justified product. The unexpected, could the newest iPad Pro be used as a portable laptop, or should I go towards a MacBook Pro as I want to use one for music production? There's a lot of great music apps available for the iPad Pro. I would probably take some advice off of, probably not off of me, but probably off of somebody who does music production, and see if they have indeed integrated it into a music workflow successfully. My money would probably be on a MacBook Pro, but there is so much you can do with the iPad Pro. Oh, I hear you, Sam. I see Sam's message in the live chat here. Having to rely on third-party resellers in Ireland, so you can't order direct from Apple. So Adobe is now going on the stage. We know there is a full version of Photoshop for iPad coming out in the future as well. I need to get up. I need to stretch my legs. Look at that figure. Look at that figure, man. The broadcast is going on for quite a while. Let's pretend I'm doing some press ups. There's not really any room to do that in this room. The unexpected, thanks Dave, I'll keep that in mind. Sure thing, do keep that in mind. If you want to tweet me at Geekanoids, then I'm happy to give you some more advice. But I would really hit up some music producers. You'll get a better answer from them. Let's do some one-handed press-ups. I just want to stretch my legs. That's all I want to do. So they're now showing Photoshop, the full version of Photoshop on the new iPad Pro. It's a very powerful app. Very powerful indeed. So we're just getting a demonstration of Photoshop, the full Photoshop on the new iPad Pro. See, if I was an artist, if I was a graphic artist, graphic designer, an iPad Pro would be the obvious choice. It really would. Sam would love to see the iMac in space grey. That would be amazing. It certainly would. I don't think it'd happen because it would encroach on the iMac Pro. Probably won't happen. Radio Cruncher agreeing that Photoshop for Touch would be very, very useful. So many of you watching as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Just to hear my opinion on what's being announced, which has been very exciting so far. Pip Tomlinson in the live chat, my stickmen abilities. My stickmen abilities don't justify the iPad Pro, I'm afraid. I'm pretty much the same. I'm the same as you. I can draw little cartoons and little sort of stick figures, you know, and that's about as far as it goes for me. That's so funny. That's a cool feature that Adobe has just demonstrated. You can zoom in on a photo or image to pixel level, and then you can use one of the gestures on the on the Apple Pencil 2, where you double tap to zoom right back out to 100%, and then double tap again to zoom right back into where you were doing that intricate work. Very, very cool. That's a nice shortcut. Marlene K, hi to you too. Thank you very much for tuning in. Marlene K is enjoying the event a great deal. That is awesome to hear. It's really good. I need a cuppa though. I really do need a cuppa. So Photoshop are now demonstrating augmented reality. Wow, that is cool. Very nice, bringing that picture she was working on alive. That is nice. Nice. Very clever. Jazz also asking if they're going to announce AirPod 2. I was expecting it, but it might well just be that they're going to add it onto the store later on. No details of that yet, but there is still time. We've got about another 20 minutes roughly of this live broadcast. I think Tim Cook will be back on the stage. Let's hope we still get a few more announcements. Just some accessories, AirPods, AirPower, and then I think maybe we're going to see iMacs and MacBook Pros just quietly announced on the website or launched on the website. So 2019 for the full version of Adobe Photoshop on the iPad. 2019, not long. Come on, Apple. Oh, I need to go to bed. Hello to Kush Kuhad. Thank you for tuning in. Chester is also asking about the AirPod 2. No announcement on that yet. Back to John for a little bit more chat on the pricing of the iPad Pro. So now playing a video before announcing the pricing. So we've got a little bit of a video playing showing the new iPad Pros. Really nice redesign. My initial reaction and opinion on the iPad Pro is they've done really nice pushing the screen out to the edges. The design aesthetic doesn't match the iPhone XS and XS Max though, because we've got this slab-like design to the edge, which of course does have that added benefit of being able to magnetically adhere to the flat-edged new Apple Pencil. But they've done a really good job on reducing the overall footprint, increasing the screen size on the smaller iPad and keeping the screen size the same at 12.9 inches on the larger iPad Pro, whilst reducing the overall size. Also, they've gone thinner. We've of course got Face Unlock, we've got gestures because we've got no home button, and it's a lot lighter as well. And of course these big improvements in performance. So I think they've done a fantastic job of the new iPad Pros. They're going to be expensive. We're going to have pricing very soon being announced. It's not a product for everyone. I will emphasize that. Don't go out and buy an iPad Pro thinking it will make you a brilliant artist. Buy one if you are an artist and you need another medium to work with, or buy it if you are a music producer and you've got a use case scenario for it, or buy it if you want something different to a laptop, you want to go tablet and just use it for the occasional document creation with a keyboard type folio case. You know, it's got a lot of use case scenarios, but it will not make you work better unless you have a use for it already. Heed the advice. Sorry if that sounds preachy, but I've been there and done it myself. I bought an iPad Pro because not only did I want to cover it on the channel, but I also thought that I would use it for drawing on, and I'm not an artist, so a laptop works better for me. Kush Kohad, can you please tell us what has been revealed till now? Yep, we've had new MacBook Air, new Mac Mini, new iPad Pros and new Apple Pencil. That's all that's been announced so far, and a new keyboard folio for the new iPad Pros. The unexpected, I've noticed, unless a lot of you disagree with me, that the iPhone XR back panel shares a similar design language to the Pixel 3 XL. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. It's very similar. Good point. If Apple had done it half matte, half gloss as well, imagine that. Would have looked almost identical. But yeah, good announcement so far. I think we're coming on to pricing now on the new iPad Pro. If you are tuning in live to my broadcast, please do share a link to this broadcast. The more watching, the merrier. Please also subscribe if you're new. I really would appreciate it. My iPad has just rebooted. Oh my goodness. And they're going to put the pricing up on the screen. If anyone sees the pricing, please do pop the pricing up on the screen for me. Oh, we're back. It just reset. My iPad just went ding. Here we go. 11-inch iPad Pro, 64 gig, starts at $799, goes up to 1 terabyte. So we've got a $799 entry level price point. And this is for the 11-inch, $799. 12.9 inch, again, same storage options, starts at $999. So if you look at the 12.9 inch iPad Pro in comparison to the 13.3 inch MacBook Air, very, very similar pricing. You can order today again, and shipping on the 7th, and in stores on the 7th as well. So same ordering and shipping dates. They're keeping the 10.5 inch iPad Pro, reducing the price to $649. So a nice array of storage options on the new iPad Pros. 64 gigabytes, I think it was 128, 256 and 1 terabyte. Well, there might be 512 and 1 terabyte. It went so quickly. But pricing, not too bad. What I sort of expected. I predicted $899. They're starting at $799 and $999. Not bad at all. Alright, we're just getting ready to close out the event. We've got one little update. No mention of the Mac Pro, people. They're getting ready to finish. Getting ready to finish. But no mention of the Mac Pro. Apple, guys, what are you doing? Got details about iOS 12.1 shipping today. FaceTime with 32 friends. That's the update that's coming today in iOS 12.1. Available today. No mention of the Mac Pro. That's a disappointment for me. I think they're getting ready to finish off the event now. I don't think there's going to be a one more thing for product. Yeah, they're just summarising the products now. So I'll give you my summary. Whilst Tim Cook's giving his summary, we've got the new MacBook Air. I think it looks very, very nice. It's a really nice update. Retina display. That's a really good upgrade. New Mac Mini in space grey. Again, a really nice upgrade. Looks like a superb, very flexible mini computer. I'm glad that they did an upgrade to the Mac Mini. We've also got new events happening at the Mac stores, new experience and training. And then we've got a new duo of iPad Pros. The smaller version with an 11-inch screen and then a 12.9 inch screen. And then we've also got iOS 12.1 launching today as well, which brings with it some more improvements and that 32-person FaceTime feature as well. So overall, really good set of announcements. Of course, we would have liked to have seen MacBook Pros as well. Of course, we'd have liked to have seen iMacs. But they're only going to be speed bumps. They're not going to be brand new products with new designs. So I do think we will see those upgraded quietly on the website. Maybe when it comes back online, or maybe a little bit later once they've got these launches out of the way. All of the new products that have been announced today are available to order today, and they're in stores and shipping for delivery on the 7th of November. So just a week's time to get our hands on these products. What am I going to be getting in? I'm going to be getting a MacBook Air, and I'm also going to be getting a Mac Mini. I will try and get hold of an iPad Pro, but that is doubtful. It's not something I would use. Apple are now closing out the event. I'm going to close out this broadcast as well. Apple are going to be playing some music. What artists have they got? I missed the artist, but they're closing out with music, which is very cool. Are they going to say about AirPod 2? That's another product we were expecting today, AirPod 2. Here we go. Who's coming on stage? Lana Del Rey on stage. What a nice way to close out. And perhaps the AirPods version 2 will be available on the website later today as well. I do think they will do a new version. We are waiting. No mention of AirPower either. So anyway, I will leave you to enjoy the music. I know some of you that have tuned into my live broadcast like music. So I'll leave you to enjoy the end of Apple's broadcast. And enjoy. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to all of you who've tuned in. You make my day, especially when you take an active part in the live chat as well. If you're watching this after the live broadcast, drop me some comments below, hit that like button, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Oh, one more thing. Enjoy your new Mac products as well.